To measure the speed of light in this illustration, I have a photon emitter that doubles as a photon detector and a reflector a specific distance away. The clock on the left is keeping track of local time, and the red digital counter is keeping track of the clicks the photon has to work through to cover the distance. Now suppose we enter a gravity well. Since the distance is the same and the speed of light is constant for the local individual, the clock on the left moves much more slowly, but ultimately will show the exact same time or duration of time for the photon to have traveled to the reflector and back again. Since the photon has more space to work through, or a thicker electromagnetic field, if you will, it ends up taking longer to make it there and back. So yes, this is a very simplified scenario. Let me be clear that I'm not suggesting that the universe is filled with little balls that the photons propagate on. Really, this is a visualization that shows how the propagation of the photon will have more to work through depending on the situation. I'm also not saying that there is or is not an ether that photons travel through. Now let's rotate the emitter detector and the reflector because we are going to introduce motion to this measurement scenario. We are now traveling through space, and as we count the ticks that the photon has to work through, we find that even though the space density is the same as when we were static, which had 16 ticks, this scenario gives us 17 ticks. Let's make that difference more dramatic as we travel closer to the speed of light. You can easily see that if we were traveling at the speed of light, the photon would not progress at all, and hence time would stand still. As I have been considering movement, gravity, and processes in space, I have come to the understanding that all is simply a fraction of the speed of light. Check this out. It is taking the same number of clicks for the photon to travel back to the detector as when we were in the gravity well. Check out some links to some cool stuff, and stay curious.